Hollywood has a fascination with the overlap between the exploration of outer space and the destructive force of our natural environment. There have been many iterations of the quintessential movie about what would happen if an asteroid was going to hit the Earth, but which was the most scientifically accurate? Stay tuned as we take a look at some of the famous asteroid movies. What are some recent asteroid movies? Perhaps the most recent entry into the list, 2021's Don't Look Up, turns the trope of the asteroid movie on its head, providing a unique take on the threat of cosmic destruction through a lens of cynicism and political satire. But regardless of the cinematography, star-studded cast, or deeper premise running beyond the core antagonist of cosmic nature, Don't Look Up, along with most of these destruction films, sacrifice the science for a compelling narrative that will get audiences talking. However, not all asteroid movies make this trade-off entirely. In a BuzzFeed interview, Neil deGrasse Tyson stated that the movie Deep Impact had really good science going there. The movie follows a narrative roughly similar to other disaster movies. The team works to avert a looming extinction-level event in the form of a comet by deploying nuclear devices in an attempt to knock it off its collision course with the Earth. Ultimately, and spoiler alert, the crew sacrifices itself to destroy part of the comet, saving humanity in the process. The entertainment value of Deep Impact was immense when the movie hit theaters. Box Office Mojo reports that the film grossed nearly $350 million worldwide on an estimated budget of $75 million. Neil deGrasse Tyson's love for the movie seems to come from its grounding in the actual physics of gravity. The way in which the crew must physically pull themselves onto and around the comet is entirely representative of the way that a low-gravity environment would play out. Others in the scientific community agree with Tyson's assessment, claiming that it was the most technically accurate space disaster movie made up until that point. In a present-day example, scientists hold high praise for The Expanse for the same basic reasons, but these adulations for a film centered on space exploration or salvation have been few and far between in both the time of Deep Impact and the years since. Another important reason why scientists praise Deep Impact is the fact that the piece of the comet that eventually strikes the Earth lands in the Atlantic Ocean. In contrast, most movies of this genre opt for impact over dense urban cities, presumably to take advantage of the cinematic experience provided by a collision with the White House, Eiffel Tower, or Christ the Redeemer. Of course, the resulting mega tsunami in Deep Impact also offers plenty of opportunities for similarly themed shots. Okay, we've looked at what some of these movies get right, but what do they often get wrong? One thing that asteroid and comic movies miss, or play up for dramatic effect, is the reality that the Earth is pelted by space junk on a consistent basis. Cosmos magazine reports that about 6,100 meteors that are large enough to reach the ground strike the planet every year, resulting in roughly 17 collisions every day. Now, I expect you're wondering why you don't see these. Well, these meteors often go unnoticed because the majority of the Earth's surface is covered in water, and vast swathes of land remain uninhabited, even with the world's population increasing and humans continuing to spread across the planet. In fact, the University of Texas estimates that around 57% of the Earth's land area remains uninhabited. Space is filled with debris of all sorts, and an even larger number of particles pass close enough to be burned up in Earth's atmosphere without ever being noticed by the layperson. Added to this reality, NASA reports that no known asteroid or comet that could cause significant harm to human life has been identified to be on a collision course with the planet. But they also admit if there was an Earth-killing asteroid, you wouldn't have time to tweet about it. Science Norway estimates that these types of life-threatening collisions might happen roughly once every 100 million years. There's probably nothing to worry about. In other science news, Tesla has recently unveiled their Optimus robot. What will it do? The first Tesla Optimus prototype was the handiwork of 6 months of development, the automaker's team says. It doesn't quite match up to the promise Musk made in 2021, but it's able to support itself, walk around, and wave. It's also built around Tesla's own self-driving computer. In fact, Tesla is using the same learning processes that the system uses in their cars for the Optimus robot. Only instead of tracking other vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists, it's identifying what it might want to pick up or otherwise manipulate in a factory or office situation. The prototype that Musk brought out at AI Day is, in fact, the first version of the robot that Musk hopes to launch commercially. It's capable of moving all of its fingers independently, with opposable thumbs on both hands with 2 degrees of feedback. Sensors are inside the hands, control controlled by a computer actually built into the hand itself. That means the hands can keep track of where they are in space, known as proprioception, as well as what they're holding. The central computer, meanwhile, is a Tesla-designed system on chip with Wi-Fi and LTE for permanent connection. The battery, too, is Tesla-developed, a 2.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack that's built into the chest of Optimus. It's expected to last for a full day's work, though what exactly that will comprise is unclear at this stage. There's still a lot of work to improve Optimus, Musk conceded at the event. Still, the Tesla CEO is gung-ho about the potential here. Our goal is to make a useful humanoid robot as soon as possible, Musk said. We've also designed it with the same discipline as we designed the car, so that it's possible to produce the robot at high volume and low cost, with high reliability. To achieve that, Tesla is borrowing strategies and technology from its automotive divisions. The knee joint, for example, is inspired by human knees. However, Tesla is also using crash tests similar to those its cars go through to make sure that any damage to the robot from a fall will only be superficial. The biggest surprise, and perhaps the largest challenge Tesla faces, is pricing, where Musk is being highly ambitious. It's expected to cost much less than a car, the CEO said of the production Optimus. It's probably less than $20,000. That would be my guess. That's considerably cheaper than even Tesla's cheapest car. It's unclear when exactly sales might be able to begin, and clearly Optimus is still in development with months or years of work ahead. Nonetheless, Musk is already aware that there could be skepticism or outright hostility to what is in the pipeline here. It really is a fundamental transformation of civilization as we know it, he acknowledged. Obviously, we want to make sure that transformation is a positive one and safe. In other global news, Hurricane Ian is currently wreaking havoc across the United States. Having gained enough speed to be ranked as one of the most powerful cyclones in U.S. history, many people are worried about the effects of Hurricane Ian. According to National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) data compiled by Time magazine, it's the 9th Category 4 or higher hurricane to touch American ground in the last 5 decades, but 6 of those happened just within the past 5 years. Why are they becoming more common? Luck and timing aren't entirely to blame. The true culprit is the same one that has disrupted environmental conditions in more ways than one, from droughts and flooding to heat waves and wildfires. According to multiple IPCC climate reports, it would appear that these weather anomalies are a result of the human imprint on climate, and we have this climate change to blame for the intensity of Florence, Harvey, Ida, Maria, and Michael too. This hyperspeed cycling of a hurricane, hatching out in the ocean, blowing past tropical storm status, and surging in power right before landfall, has been happening practically annually since 2017, according to the National Weather Service, and is going to continue as warm ocean conditions continue. This new chapter of hurricanes drops more rain, since warmer environments can retain more moisture and can bring rainfall thousands of miles inland. This heightened hurricane risk is because of unnaturally high temperatures in the Atlantic Ocean. This human-caused warming reaches beyond the surface, increasing the temperature of deeper waters. In normal conditions, colder waters rising from the depths are a natural defense against strengthening cyclones. With balmy weather above and below, hurricanes are given the perfect conditions to grow more powerful exponentially in just a few hours. According to WHOI, Ian itself has graduated from a tropical storm to a hurricane in less than 24 hours. The best defense against these monumental storms, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, says, is continuing efforts to reduce heat-retaining pollution and to remain a united front against climate change. If not, far worse is yet to come. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you managed to learn something today. Are you interested in asteroids and sci-fi films? Let us know. If you're going to be affected by Hurricane Ian, then stay safe. If you liked the video, make sure to like and share it with your friends. Till next time.